Do you believe America is heaven and China is hell? Well, some anti-China white monkeys like Lele Farley want you to believe that, and they get mad if you don't do so. Lele Farley used to live in China and has a small fame in China, and came back to America before the pandemic, and was happy to make money from Chinese by being a Chinese speaking host, a white American Chinese speaking host at some Chinese functions. But when the pandemic hit, all his gigs was canceled, and he was mad, and he became this avid China haters, and put up videos of stand comedy to basically ridicule Chinese, and whatever China is. A few weeks ago, Lele Farley made a video criticizing fellow American vlogger Jerry Kowal, accusing him making videos of actually recording the disasters management during pandemic, that over 600,000 Americans died. In fact, Lele Farley was just jealous of Jerry Kowal become so successful in China, even though Jerry Kowal is not interested in money and fame since he's from a wealthy family.
Jerry Kowal's name is Guo Jerry. He is the most famous foreign vlogger in China, period. Jerry progressively started to, during the coronavirus, really just only report on America's shittiness, which, let's be honest, America's got a lot of things to shit on, for sure. Here he is, the most famous foreigner in China. He spent a fourth of the time I spent learning Chinese, an eighth of the time learning Chinese that I did, but he's become 800 times more famous. Jerry knows how to tickle the Chinese audience in a way that they want to be tickled. The Chinese audience wanted to hear around the world what's going on with America's pandemic. So he went out to the streets and showed the disaster that was America's pandemic response, continued to get more and more famous. If I can do that essay recitation, which I can from top to bottom, it will not go viral. Chinese people will be like, I guess it's okay, but it's not TikTok. But as long as a white guy comes on camera and tells you how shitty America is and how awesome 中国厉害国 is, that everybody likes it. The Chinese audience's tastes are to blame for Jerry.
I agree that Chinese has a taste to know the shitty lives that also exists in America. And in contrast, there's also some Chinese are happy with their lives. The Chinese finally realized years of American propaganda through its mass media, through Hollywood movies, that portraying America as heaven on earth and China as hell on earth is absolutely not true. Chinese has a taste for truth, and then Jerry Kowal just delivered and to actually expose the American lies that China is the shittiest world and America is paradise. Through Jerry Kowal's video, that the truth just revealed, and that's what Lele Farley was so upset about, how Jerry Kowal can tell Chinese that there's actually America also has shithole places, and how dare Jerry doing that, and how can Jerry become successful for telling Chinese the truth that satisfies Chinese the taste for truth.
The Chinese audience has a bad taste in entertainment because they don't have access to truth. They don't have access to like freedom of information. So their taste cannot even have the opportunity to mature. I want to watch a white guy tell me that my life isn't as shitty as I think it is, because then I can feel better for this day and I can get through this horrible freaking day in this life that I cannot stand. As long as this white guy tells me that China's actually good, that the things I'm feeling, I'm perceiving is not true, China's actually getting better, then I can at least temporarily get through this day.
Now, Lele Farley is continue to push this narrative that America is paradise with no shitty lives around. There's no homeless in America. There's no hunger issue. There's no unemployment in America. Only China is the shithole place. That the Chinese are actually homeless, hungry, and dying from COVID. Over 600,000 of them. That China is no longer the country ravaged by civil war in 1949, or during Cultural Revolution, the first 30 years of New China, that the government tried to figure out how to improve the Chinese people's life. But in the past 30 years, the Chinese government has lifted over 800 million people out of poverty. That these people actually have a home to go to, have the food on their table, unless the permanent American homeless issue in America and hunger, that people have to go to food pantries to get food. But somehow, Lele Farley believe the Chinese should continue to not to see in with their personal with their eyes, how much life has been improved, including my working class family members are still in China. My family's life has greatly improved. So for Lele Farley to push this narrative, he's absolutely delusional to think the Chinese will not see their life has been improved, and then there is a shitty hole of homeless and hunger in America. It's Lele Farley who is delusional and not seeing the truth.
Jerry's content is an opiate for a Chinese audience. It'll temporarily make you feel like things are not that bad. It will make you feel good and warm and comfy. Since I'm a comedian and a rapper, I'm here to challenge you. I'm also here to be challenged because I'm a curious person and I search for truth.
I want to laugh at this here because now Lele Farley called Jerry Kowal's video as opium. So Jerry's video of true American life are actually opium. And he said he's a comedian, and then he want to challenge and want to be challenged because he's telling the truth. But I have left many messages on his channel. I want to debate with him because me as an American citizen, I have lived in America for 27 years, and I lived in China for 25 years before I came to this country. So I have a good knowledge of both China and America, especially my family. My mom is still living in China. I have still a big family living in China who are actually just normal Chinese citizens, working class Chinese citizens, and all their life has been greatly improved. And I want to debate with Lele Farley, and he has been ignored. So that tells you Lele Farley doesn't want the truth. He just want to ride on Jerry's fame to gain more audience, that he can have as many Chinese subscriber to his channel so he can make money and have fame, that Jerry Kowal, who is from a wealthy family, not interested in any either money nor fame, but Jerry want the truth. No propaganda. He's making the real life movies, videos of real life in America rather than propaganda by you.
He has to sell out to the Chinese Communist Party. So the Jerry I know, does he feel shame in doing that? Why is he doing it? Where Jerry has 100% become a tool for the Chinese government. There was an interview that Jerry did very recently where he talked about America media calls Jerry a foreign sellout. What did they say about him? He just said like America media tells him that he's brainwashed by Chinese government. He just very generalizes American media saying that I'm brainwashed by China. And all those Chinese people that don't want to accept reality that they might feel or see that and they're like, oh, wow, American media, Jerry's so objective and American media is trying to shit on him. They really are evil. I can't trust anything they say.
Now, Lele Farley is calling Jerry a sellout and should feel shame about it. Why Jerry is become a sellout when he only make videos of a real life in America, that the failure of American society, which is true, that he become a sellout. America is supposed to be a democracy, has the freedom of expression. Just because other people have a different view as the mainstream media or propaganda, like including you, they become a sellout. I have been in this country for 27 years. In my personal experience, yes, American media and American politicians are liars. They do not tell truth. They produce propaganda. And that America is not this paradise, that everybody in America is happy and free and rich. There's millions of Americans are homeless, hungry, unemployed, and facing eviction because of the pandemic. And then for people like us and like Jerry, we are telling the truth about America. And we just tell the world, America is not this paradise that is portrayed by the media and the politicians. America is just a normal country. There are people are benefiting from the wealth and power, like the 1% who do not even pay taxes, and middle class Americans are paying taxes. I think people like Lele Farley actually sell out for money, because they know they actually get more subscriber by producing anti-China content that attract the haters of China, and they can make money. But he just surprised there's more people who tell the truth can make more money, like Jerry Kowal. So Lele Farley just could not believe, and that's why he's smear Jerry for producing content that actually reveal the truth to the rest of the world, including Chinese. And those people are not sellout. They are just truth tellers.